Hey guys, what's up? It's Keisha baby, and I have a lot of content to cover, all including Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I'm going to just be shooting out several videos. I'm going to try to make them as quick as possible so that I can hit all the points so you all won't have to watch like one really long video. We are going to talk about the last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'm going to break my videos down by character situations. So for this first video, I want to go ahead and talk about Kimmi, Maurice, and Kiowa. I just want to go ahead and start off and say that Maurice is getting on my nerves, okay? I hope y'all can read my lips because I can't really curse on these YouTube channels. He disgusts me to my core, okay? He's all on Kimmi about how she's improperly raising and disciplining her stepson. All right? Maurice is the biological father of Monster. Okay? Kimmi is telling Maurice, hey, I realize that he needs to do more things around the house. Y'all, not to mention that Kimmi is dealing with cancer right now. She's on radiation and she's extremely exhausted. Thank God that she feels better. She says that she's coming a long way in regards to how she's feeling, but she's still tired. Okay. Kimmi says, hey, I tell Monster he needs to do A, B, C, and D. And he doesn't do it. Okay. Kimmi then goes and tells Maurice, hey, I told Monster to do this. He's not doing it. Maurice says, well, then you need to parent better, basically. You know what I'm saying? You need to parent harder. You need to force him. Maurice, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? And maybe I'm a little bit passionate about this because I go through this as well. I don't know if you all know, but I do have a toddler. And it's times that I tell this toddler, don't do this, stop doing this, you need to do this. So I'm like, okay, I told you one time. So I will let his father know, hey, I'm telling our son, and he's a toddler, so it ain't like I'm telling him to go wash no car. So come on, you know what I'm saying? But whatever minor thing I tell him, because that's all you can tell a toddler, something minor. I would like for his dad, because let me tell you something. My child, he is a toddler, but he is really smart and he completely understands instruction, detailed instruction, multi-step instruction. So let's get that clear. So I'll go back and tell his dad, hey, I told our child, I'm trying to teach him not to do this or teach him to start doing this. And so I'll tell his dad, like, I need you to kind of reinforce what I'm saying. And of course, dad is like the baby's best friend. So he's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to reinforce you. I'm not going to have your back. I guess, hey, no shade against me, right? But he's just like, this is my first child, and he's all cute and cuddly and squeezable, and I just don't want to be the bad guy. So I understand what Kimmi's going through because I feel like I go through that, but to a lesser extent. Anyway, I feel like, this is just my personal opinion, Maurice doesn't want to take any responsibility for him being a flawed father, which if he heard me say that, he'll probably have a fit. Yes, I do think he's a flawed father. Kimmi brought up the point, hey, you're not spending enough time with Monster. He says, what do you mean? I take him to school and I pick him up from school and sometimes I help him with his homework. Kimmi is saying, like, you need to spend quality time with him. Like, y'all go do something fun. Y'all go shoot basketball. Y'all do some team building activities, relationship building activities. Maurice doesn't get it because he doesn't want to get it. Like, he really low-key, like, makes me sick. I was looking at the comments on Own's YouTube channel, and it seems like Maurice is getting on everybody's nerves. They're calling him a narcissist. They says he doesn't take accountability. They're saying, Kimmi, this is a red flag. You need to run. I don't think he has her back. And to me, considering her health, considering the fact that she's dealing with cancer and she's extremely exhausted and she's dealing with radiation, I feel like he shouldn't be like pushing the envelope to her like, you do it. You're supposed to talk to him. You need to step up. You need to be more hard. You need to help your wife because she's trying to be healthy again. She's trying to get back to a perfect level of health. She has a lot going on. You need to step up, you know? And so then he's like, well, I feel like he's just lazy when it comes to dad. It's like he never wants to do anything and take any responsibility. He wants everybody else to do it. So she's like, well, they discussed the topic of Kiowa, which is the real mother, Kimmi, the stepmother, and Maurice, the biological father, and I guess Kiowa's husband, like, oh, we should all go to therapy. This is what Maurice is saying. We should all go to therapy. And so Kimmi's like, you don't think that's a bit overwhelming or intimidating to your son if he goes to therapy and it's 5 people like pointing at him? You need to do this. You could do this better. You need to start doing that. You know, she was like, basically, I feel like Kimmi's saying, I don't think he has an issue with me. I think his issues are resolved between, you know, because of his 2 parents. She was like, why don't you and Kiowa and him go to therapy? You know, why does Kimmi have to go every single time? She did not birth that child. And I'm not belittling stepmoms. Step parents, whether it be the stepmother or stepfather, can be a big impact on a child's life, whether it be positive or negative. I get that. But what I'm saying is, Kimmi doesn't feel like she's the issue or the problem with whatever, in regards to whatever Monster is going through. And I completely agree. So one thing I did like about the episode, it seemed like Kiowa and Kimmi were kind of on the same page when it comes to Maurice and how he kind of lacks accountability. So I feel like they were on, and I feel like they both genuinely have, when I say both, I mean the mothers, the mom and the stepmom. I feel like they genuinely have Monster's best interest at heart. And I like to see that. I like to see a step parent who genuinely cares, genuinely concerns. And I also like to see a step parent when there are 2 healthy, active parents, biological parents in the child's life. I like to see a step parent stay in their lane. And Kimmi, to me, does a great job at trying to stay in her lane as it pertains to Monster. And I feel like Maurice wants to pull her out of her step-parent lane because he's too lazy to be a real parent and want Kimmi to be the dad too. That's just my opinion. Okay, I hope I'm not skipping over like some important things. If I am, go ahead and jot them in the comments because I got so much stuff I want to talk about. So I'm just kind of going through it real quick. Also, Maurice is like, I think you, to me, I feel like he was being very messy when he's trying to say Kimmi and Kiowa need to go sit down and have a conversation or have meetings about their past issues. Do past issues matter at this point? Kimmi made a great point. She's like, Monster is 16. He only has 2 more years to be in school. He's about to be grown. Why do I have to sit down and have a conversation with Kiowa and rehash some old stuff? Maurice is doing everything to take the Maurice, I hope you watch this video. I don't like you. And I feel like you look like a big marshmallow. You just look like a thumb. This is what you look like to me, a bald-headed thumb. I don't like you, okay? Anyway, so he's trying to take all responsibility off of him. Now Kiowa and Kimmi need to talk and go to therapy and have several meetings to hash their past issues. All right, so let's talk about these past issues. Kimmi feels like Kiowa has a character flaw because Kiowa didn't defend her when people were online saying Kimmi was a side piece. Y'all, child, let me pull this up. Hold on. Oh, so Melody asked Kimmi straight up, like, do you feel like you interfered in Maurice's relationship with Kiowa? And Kimmi told Melody, no, I don't, because the divorce papers were already signed. They were waiting for it to be finalized. Y'all about to get mad at me because this is how I feel. If I meet a man and he's married, separated, not getting along, live in 2 different houses, fist fighting each other, but they still legally married, you full-fledged married to me. Oh, I know y'all who really gonna get mad are the side pieces of the world. Okay? I do not entertain, interfere with any man that I know, because men be lying, that I know is married, because I always feel like I never want to be the cause of breaking up someone's family, especially when there's children involved. Okay? Somebody could have filed for divorce. That doesn't mean that they can't reconcile, seek therapy, seek God, and fix their marriage. I would never want to have to go to the next step in life, which is heaven, and talk to God about how this child suffered from depression from having a 2-parent household, because I wanted this man so bad. You know, the Bible says, thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. I'm going to remix it and say husband too. Like, you're breaking like a commandment. When you desire something that somebody else has, like, you're breaking a commandment. It's a big deal. And people want to downplay it. Oh, they're separated. Oh, let it be. Okay? And yes, I was reading the comments. There are people who are saying, well, that's not, the marriage is like, can be over. But you know, sometimes black people like to stay separated for years. You know, they live in 2 different lives. They still married. They stay separated for years. Why do you want somebody who lets shit lingers like that? Like, why do you want somebody who don't handle their business, who don't get stuff taken care of? Like, why would you want somebody who's like that? That is a turnoff to me. Hey, if you're in a toxic relationship, you're in a toxic marriage, but you're just gonna stay in it and do your thing for years, that's some ninja stuff to me. I don't like it. I don't think it's cute. If you're in a toxic relationship, it's unhealthy. Guess what? I'm wrapping this up as quickly as possible so that you won't interfere with my future. You already took my past. You already playing in my face with my current time. I'm not going to let you have too much of my future time either. Y'all can call me what you want. You can say I'm stuck up, I'm bougie, I think I'm all that, whatever. But I'm not interested, okay? Wrap your stuff up. I want you to be a homeowner. I want you to have good credit. I want you to be intelligent. I want you to be emotionally whole. And I want you to be completely single before we do anything. So, and another thing, let's talk about this. You know, Kimmi goes up to Kyle, when they meet, and she's like, I think you have a character flaw because you saw all the stuff that people were saying online about me being a side piece and you never corrected it. I never interfered with your marriage when y'all had a happy marriage and y'all was living under one roof. Well, guess what, Kimmi? If you would have start dating this dude right off the bat, if you would have started to date this dude after he was fully divorced, then you wouldn't be in this situation. That's another reason why I don't do, we almost divorced. No. I don't want none of that drama. I don't want nobody calling me a homewrecker, housewife, homewrecker, whatever. I don't want to have any involvement in that. So before me and you rumble, you're going to be free and clear. Now this is years later, and you still dealing with this, still dealing with people calling you a side piece. If you go look under Carlos King's Instagram, under the post where Melody and Kimmi are talking, everybody's calling her a side piece. That's why I don't interfere with that. Like, having a man ain't worth it to where you about to just have this scarlet letter on your chest for forever and be labeled as, a side piece. And so Kyle told her, but Kimmi, I never called you a side chick. Kimmi agrees. All right. Kiowa then says, you know, I don't do interviews, and I also don't respond to like y'all's fan base. I just basically stay in my world. So what did you expect me to do? Kimmi, you acting like Maurice a little bit now. Why do you feel like it's Kiowa's responsibility to be your personal PR representative? Kimmi said out of her own mouth that Kiowa, even when the divorce, like they were proceeding with the divorce and the papers were signed, that Kiowa still wanted to reconcile with her husband. Kiowa still wanted to reconcile with her husband. Why would you feel like she's going to be the one to volunteer and be your PR and be fighting people in the comments? Say, girl, bye. Let your husband do that. Shouldn't your husband, if your husband don't feel like you interfere in the marriage and he didn't feel like you was a side piece, let him go in the comments and fight the fan base. Let him do interviews and say that. Why are you expecting the original wife to do that? That's just stupid. It don't make sense to me, y'all. So, all right. I know this is short. I'm probably skipping some important parts. I'm so sorry, but I want to get on to the next video. I'm going to talk about Melody and Martell in court. And then I'm going to talk about this Arion leaked audio conversation and tell you where you can listen to the whole thing. And we're going to get into that. And we also going to get into how the fans are getting in Carlos King's behind, because they said it's all this proof that Martell is harassing Melody, and why does he still have a job? All right. If you got time for the tea, stay close to me. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Like it. Leave a comment. I love you guys. See you really, really, really quickly because we got some more stuff to talk about. All right. Bye.